Oh shit. Was that her? No good. Sorry about that. I've been a little on edge since she tore her way through the rift of my sanity and into my life. I don't know what she wants. I don't know how she even got here. One day she just was like, sup, and decided to stalk me like the most demented laugh I'd ever heard of. Will someone please tell me what the hell she is? I'm sorry for yelling, but I have to know. She just won't leave me alone. It's like she's my ex or something. She just appears out of nowhere, right before my field of view, tilts her pretty head and smiles and asks, "Can you see me?" And I swear to God, when I look to tell her just once to get out of my life, and she just disappears. Jesus, it's driving me crazy just thinking about it. Here, let me tell you how it all started. Maybe I won't sound like a potty-mouthed crazy psycho retard if I do. I was just going about my day, doing my normal stuff, when I witnessed, in the corner of my eye, a murder. It was a small, helpless little girl. She looked so sweet and innocent. I don't know why, but when I saw the body, I cringed and almost threw up on the spot. The dead man laying at the girl's feet was screaming to the moment he drew his last breath. And the crazy bitch above was looking at him, staring at him as intently as she could. Her beady little eyes trained on him, on his one spot on his back. Then she looked up. I got the feeling I should not have seen something like this. No one else seemed to mind. Hell, they didn't even bat an eye at the hovering, murderous little girl just in front of their faces. She had quickly changed her target and lunged at me, a large kitchen knife appearing in her hand mid-stride. She stabbed forward with all her thrust her small, frail arms could muster, and I froze. I could not move. I wanted to, but my body just locked up. I closed my eyes and prayed to whoever the hell is up there to help me, please, and waited for the kill. I opened my eyes, expecting an image of heaven or hell. I was not anticipating what was just an inch away from my face. The girl stood there, glowing orange eyes ablaze with man violence, anticipating my every move, silently judging me. I moved my arm, and her eyes followed. I stepped to the side slowly, waiting for the hot knife to puncture my skin, for daring moved after the gracefulness of this demon child left me living. But no such action was made. I looked at her one last time and fucking ran. I don't know for how long, but I just hauled ass as far as my legs could carry me before I was worn out. When I couldn't run anymore, I knelt over, panting with exhaustion, and when I looked up, I saw her figure lurking in the distance. Actually, in front of me, in the distance I had been running. She must have been fast as hell to get all the way over here and in front of me, but she did nonetheless. Every day that passed after that, she slowly got smaller and smaller, until her tiny silhouette vanished from my sight. After that, I forgot her entirely, lived my boring-ass life and my boring-ass stuff. But one day, everything changed again, for the worst. The girl appeared again, with fresh blood covering her pink blouse. She looked at me at the corner of her eye and asked, "Can you see me?" At this point, all the memories of our horrifying memory poured back into my brain. Like the sea of a high tide, I lost my shit. I turned towards her, knowing I could not outrun her, and started screaming, "You annoying bitch! Of course I could see," but was cut off by the fist of a husband, obviously pissed on his wife a bitch. I looked over to where the girl was, only to see that she was gone. I thought that was for the better. I was wrong. You see, it turns out where she goes away, she just hides to jump out at you and scare the living shit out of you one more time. Of course, I found this out the hard way. I was at my job, doing some stuff with the algorithms in Java, when she showed up at the door of my cubicle. Just outside of sight, she tilted her head and asked as calmly as possible, despite being covered in fresh blood, "Can you see me?" And I tweaked shit. I just lost it. I jumped from my chair, grabbed a knife, and went towards her neck, and I almost stabbed my coworker. She took it up with my boss, who immediately called me off in to talk. Of course I was laid off. But on the way out, I looked to my left and I saw her in the stairwell of my old office building. She didn't ask anything. She just stood there with a complete blank stare on her face, as if she was drained of power. I slowly walked away and hoped she didn't follow. Of course she would. But there was no doubt about that. I had the slightest hope, foolishly, but was there, that she would leave me alone. Fuck. I was so wrong and naive. It was astounding how naive I was. That night I had trouble sleeping. I don't know why, or what it was, but my eyelids just wouldn't get heavy. They seemed intent on staying open no matter what. And my heart was racing. I'm talking unnaturally fast, propeller speed. All the hair on my body was standing up, and I had the feeling in my gut, like something was about to happen. I was right. I finally managed to close my eyes when I heard it. A faint voice, barely audible, but there nonetheless. Can you see me? My eyes glued themselves shut, dared not to move. I knew I was fucked, and I did my best not to make it look like I was not still living. But she didn't fall for it. Can you see me? My eyes flashed open, and I bolted upright to make her get the fuck out. But I remembered the rest vividly. She smiled from ear to ear, and her eyes glowed orange with the malice of 10,000 men as she lunged for me once again. Kitchen knife in hand, I dodged to my left, but just as she smashed into my bed, slicing into nothingness, she turned on me, and her eyes started to bleed horribly. A raspy voice, she said, "You will die." Why? What the fuck did I do? Why does she want to kill me? She lunged at me again, and I dodged again. This time she shattered my mirror, and I knew I had to get out of here. Putting my back on her for only a few seconds, I ran for the door. Instantly, she was on me. She stabbed her knife into my back, and I reeled in pain. I felt it cut down my back like a knife to butter, and pulled out the lowest point as possible. I flung myself towards the door, towards my freedom, and ripped it from its hinges with all my strength. In a surge of adrenaline, I ran down the hall, leaving a huge trail of blood behind me. I made towards the doorman and just said, "Call 911." Then I passed out. I woke up in the hospital about a week later, being barely kept alive by machines after being rushed off to the emergency room. I remember begging the doctors to stay. Usually they did, but sometimes not. But she never came back. I returned home from a few weeks later, and that's how I started writing this. One moment the power went out. I need to go check on the fuse box. I'll see you guys in a sec.